Welcome to Jigsaw Geek, and today I'm going to talk to you about these two puzzles, but I'm also going to make an announcement that is so important to only me about my first summer challenge. So let's get to it. Let's start with this Springbok puzzle that I did. This is called Snuggles, and here's the front of the box. It's gorgeous. This is a 500-piece Springbok, and it has a poem on the back, and it says, "My dog, Snuggles, fetcher of slippers, retriever of sticks, beggar of scraps and performer of tricks, furry lap warmer and guard of the door, muddy paw tracker across the clean floor, chaser of squirrels, insistent night howler, digger of flowers and fierce feline prowler, happy tail wagger whose love never ends, constant companion and dearest of friends." That is by Richie Tankersley. I love these old Springbok puzzles, and this is the second that I've done where the older style puzzles, rectangular, where the art covers the full box. You'll probably remember that the first one I did was this one, which is the Good Time Tailgate Club. And unfortunately, I still haven't repaired the box, but Snuggles box is in really great shape. I'm really happy about that. However, what I'm not happy about, unfortunately, is that there is a piece missing. Oh no, you can see me. I'm looking at you through it. Can you see my eye? Yeah, I was sad. I love these vintage puzzles. I mean, look at this. It's so pretty. But it's always such a shame when there's a piece missing. Isn't that a beautiful, beautiful puzzle? Now, let me talk about what I did. So I did the edge first. Then I started doing the border interior because it was easy to just grab onto those. And of course, I did this white middle part last. And it was so satisfying when everything came together because I did not look at the box for this. What was really interesting about this puzzle is, I don't know if you can tell, but everything is blurry. And I think this is one of the first puzzles that I've ever done where there were no clear outlines. And I know it doesn't look that way, but when you're actually doing the puzzle, since it's blown in, it's even blurrier. So, for example, on the box, it looks like a clear edge, but it really wasn't. A lot of the times the colors would merge. It was not a difficult puzzle by any means. I mean, this was the most difficult part, all the whites. But at that point, everything was just flowing together. So this was a truly enjoyable puzzle. So throughout this summer, I'm going to keep working on those Springbok, and eventually I'll be getting to the square ones that I have, and those look really difficult. So I have 2 down, 2 under my belt. So now let's talk about Cafe Terrace at night. So I've been reporting on this puzzle as I've made progress, and I finished it and I glued it. So here is the finished puzzle. I'm going to try to get the whole thing in frame, and then I'm going to do a close-up so that you can see just how really, really pretty this puzzle is. It's a really, really beautiful puzzle. Sorry for the glare. I'm trying to angle it so that you don't get it. And I think when I left you, I was doing this part and this part and all the blacks. I'm going to tell you that I cheated. Well, in my mind, I cheated in this part. There were so many blue pieces, and I started doing the, one by one, and I thought, you know what? If I just look where these stars go, it's going to make it so much easier, and it did. So I actually looked at the box to place the stars, and then I built around them. And that's the only time that I looked at the box. And I thought to myself, if it's going to make it that much easier, right? Why make it a chore? If you can save yourself some time, then go ahead and look at the box. And that's what I did. I did not look at the box for doing this part. I really didn't feel that I needed to. As you can see, this puzzle is going into my portfolio. And even though this is a beautiful box, this one is now, look at this. It's got this awesome. This puzzle box is, we're going to say bye-bye. This one is going into the garbage. I feel bad because it is a nice box, but if I glue the puzzle together, then I don't need the box anymore. Look at that though. I feel like, imagine if you had all the Eurographics puzzles lined up with that showing. That would be beautiful. If this box had the full art on the cover and it wrapped around like that, then I would absolutely keep this box. We have to make our choices, right? We don't have space for everything. So what did I listen to? Before we get to my announcement, what did I listen to? I listened to, first of all, I finished Wolves of the Kala by Stephen King, and I thoroughly enjoyed it up to the end. It had a rousing action ending, and then it ended on kind of cliffhanger. And so I'm looking forward to reading or listening to the final 2 books in this series. Overall, even though it had a bit of a rough start, I'm thoroughly enjoying this series by Stephen King. But then I listened to a novel called The Imagined Life by Andrew Porter, and this was totally a different book. Sometimes I hear recommendations of books, they're on lists. I don't know why, but I put them in my list, and then when I finally listen to them, they're either on hold or they're in my queue, and I finally get to them, and by the time I get to them, I don't remember why I put them there. I really didn't know if this was a sci-fi book or prize-winning book or what have you. This is about a man who has bad habits in his marriage, and he picks them up from his father. He's very angry with what his father did to him when he was young. And so he goes back, since his own family life is on the rocks, they're taking a break, and he goes on a quest to find out what his father was really like and to learn what happened to his father. It's a very interesting novel. I'm not going to give any details away about what was going on with the father, what was happening. I would say it's a 4 out of 5 star book. Thoroughly enjoyed it. In fact, I was listening to it and I wanted to finish it. Like, I finished my puzzle, but I wanted to finish the novel. So I went ahead and did it because I was that interested in the book. Here we come to my first summer challenge. So I have Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night. I have 2 versions of this same puzzle. Now, I'm going to tell you what I'm not going to do. I am not mixing these 2 puzzles together. They're both 1,000-piece puzzles. People have mentioned that as a challenge, why don't you mix the puzzles together? I don't know why, but that kind of challenge doesn't appeal to me at all. I don't want to take something and make it supremely more difficult. I want to have a fun challenge, but I don't want to challenge myself when it comes to needless difficulty. A 1,000-piece puzzle takes, about 7 to 10 hours, but I think a 2,000-piece puzzle would take it wouldn't be double, it would be almost triple the time. So I don't know why I would do that to myself. I'm just guessing on that, but I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do both puzzles at the same time. I'm going to do this puzzle for an hour, then switch over to this. And I'm going to go back and forth, an hour for each puzzle. I'm not going to film it. I'm going to take pictures at the end of each hour. I will call this the A puzzle because it's the older one, and then this is the B puzzle. Now, what I want to clue you in on is that they're both Eurographics puzzles, but the puzzle cut might be the same. I don't know, but they're totally different when it comes to the look. Even though it's the same image and it's done by the same company. This is the older puzzle. I don't know if you could tell, but the whites just really stand out. It's almost like a glow-in-the-dark puzzle. Whereas the more modern puzzle is way more dull. Maybe this one is a glow-in-the-dark puzzle. I mean, that almost looks like they would glow in the dark. I don't think it is, but hey, that might be a surprise. But you can see how much more vibrant these whites are when compared to these. They're almost yellows instead of whites. But this is definitely going to be a challenge for me, especially since I don't have the space to do both. So what I will do is I will have 2 sheets of my corrugated plastic, and I will do one, and then I will switch it, and I'll just keep going back and forth. And hopefully throughout that process, I won't drop any of the puzzles. So that is my first summer challenge. What do you think? I mean, I just did a Eurographics puzzle and it was difficult. And so now I'm doing 2 of them. But what I can do is I can put my money where my mouth is, and I can show 2 Eurographics puzzles next to each other, and there they are. Oh my gosh, I'm almost not wanting to throw these away. I mean, look at how pretty they are. I just can't keep all the boxes. I can't. Look at how nice those are. But look, these boxes are gigantic, and there's a lot of space where they're not showing the puzzle. So they gotta go. And my friend Mark Morris, he sent me the Gogh puzzle like this, and it would have looked, I think I've done 3 or 4 of these Eurographics fine art puzzles, and I'm just getting rid of the boxes. You know what I should do? Instead of throwing the boxes away, I should put them in storage and go back in 1 year and say to myself, do I want these boxes or not? See, now I'm prevaricating, and I already threw a couple boxes away, so no, I can't do that. But this box is definitely, yeah, it's seen better days. This one, I mean, that one will go in the garbage when the time comes. Okay, I rambled on and on. I finally finished Cafe Terrace at Night by Van Gogh, Eurographics 1,000 piece puzzle. And I did this 500 piece Springbok Snuggles. As always, your support is always greatly appreciated, and any comments that you leave would be wonderful.